Have you ever wondered how faith can change your life? Faith. It's a small word with monumental implications. It's more than just a belief in the unseen. It's a deep-rooted trust, a profound confidence in the plans laid out by a power greater than ourselves. Faith, in its essence, is not just about believing in God, but about trusting in His plans. Imagine faith as a seed. It starts small, almost insignificant. But given the right conditions, hope, patience, and commitment, it grows into a sturdy tree, offering shade and bearing fruit. It's a powerful force that can move mountains, calm storms, and transform lives. We all face Goliaths in our lives. We all walk through the wilderness of uncertainty. But with faith as our shield, we can conquer these trials, emerging stronger and wiser. So are you ready to explore this incredible journey of faith? Let's delve into the stories from the Bible that illustrate the power of faith. Remember the story of David and Goliath? A tale from the Bible that perfectly encapsulates the power of unwavering faith. This was not just a story of a young shepherd boy facing a giant warrior. It was a testament of how profound faith in the divine can conquer the most formidable challenges. David, a young shepherd, was not a soldier. He was not trained for battle, nor did he have the physical prowess of a warrior. Yet when he saw the giant Philistine warrior Goliath, he did not tremble in fear. Instead, he chose to face the giant, armed with nothing more than a slingshot and his faith in God. One might wonder, how could a boy so young, so inexperienced, dare to face such a monstrous adversary? The answer lies in David's faith. His belief in God was not just a passive acceptance, but an active trust. A trust that empowered him to confront a challenge that seemed impossible to overcome. The Bible verse, 1 Samuel 17:45, beautifully captures David's faith. David says to Goliath, "I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." He believed that it was not his own strength, but the power of God that would determine the outcome of the battle. Against all odds, David triumphed over Goliath. His victory was not a product of his skill or strength, but a result of his unwavering faith. He believed in God's power, not in his own. His triumph serves as a reminder that faith can give us the courage to face our own Goliaths, no matter how daunting they may seem. David's faith was his strength. He believed in God's power, not his own. His story is a testament to the power of faith and how it can help us overcome the most formidable challenges. So when you face your own Goliaths, remember David, remember his faith, and remember it's not the size of the warrior, but the size of the faith within the warrior that truly matters. Now think about Abraham, a man of immense faith. Abraham's story is a testament to the profound power of faith. He was just an ordinary man, like you and me. But he was chosen by God for an extraordinary journey. A journey that would require him to leave everything familiar behind, to venture into the unknown, driven by nothing more than his unwavering faith in God's promise. Abraham was not without his doubts or moments of weakness. His faith was tested time and again, but each time he chose to trust in the Lord. One such instance was when God asked Abraham to sacrifice his only son, Isaac. This was the ultimate test of Abraham's faith, an act so unthinkable, yet Abraham was prepared to obey. He held on to his faith that God's promise of a future through Isaac would still hold true. This is where we see the depth of Abraham's trust. He believed in God's promise, even when it seemed impossible. He was willing to sacrifice his most precious possession, believing that God would provide, and indeed, God did provide. At the last moment, an angel stopped Abraham, and a ram was provided for the sacrifice. God's promise held true. This story of Abraham is beautifully encapsulated in the Bible verse, Hebrews 11:8. It says, "By faith Abraham, when called to go to a place he would later receive as his inheritance, obeyed and went, even though he did not know where he was going." This verse emphasizes the obedience and faith of Abraham. He trusted in God's promise, even when the path was unclear. Abraham's story teaches us that faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting God even when we don't understand, even when we can't see the path ahead. It's about believing in God's promises, no matter how impossible they seem. Abraham's faith guided him through the most challenging times. His trust in God's promise never wavered. His story is a powerful reminder that with faith, we can overcome even the most difficult trials. Let's not forget Moses, a great leader guided by faith. Born into a world where his people were enslaved, Moses was destined for an extraordinary life. His story, etched in the pages of Exodus, is a testament to the power of unwavering faith in the face of adversity. As a young man, Moses was raised in the Pharaoh's palace, a place of opulence and power. However, he never forgot his roots. He was an Israelite, part of a people yearning for freedom. It was a burning bush, set alight yet unconsumed, where Moses first encountered God. It was here that God gave Moses a task that would seem insurmountable to many, to lead the Israelites out of Egypt and into the Promised Land. Moses, despite his initial hesitation, accepted this divine mission. He confronted the Pharaoh, demanding that his people be set free. Time and time again, Pharaoh's heart hardened, and he refused. Yet, Moses' faith never faltered. One of the most potent reminders of Moses' faith comes from Exodus 14:14, which states, "The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." Moses believed in these words with all his heart. He knew that no matter how formidable the enemy, God was on their side. And so, with the power of faith, Moses led his people across the Red Sea, a path forged by God's mighty hand. The journey was fraught with peril, the destination far, but Moses remained steadfast. He trusted God even when the Israelites wavered in their faith. Even when faced with the mighty Pharaoh, Moses stood tall, his faith unshaken. His story is a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of faith. Moses' faith was unwavering. He trusted God even when facing the mighty Pharaoh. His story reminds us that, no matter the size of the obstacle, faith can move mountains and part seas. It shows us that with God, all things are possible. So what do these stories of faith mean for us today? As we navigate the winding pathways of our lives, filled with triumphs and trials alike, these narratives of faith from the Bible are more than just ancient tales. They are timeless life lessons, reminding us of the profound power faith can wield in our lives. Imagine for a moment faith as a seed, small, seemingly insignificant, yet housing within it the potential for extraordinary growth. According to the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20, Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." Now, this doesn't mean that we'll be moving literal mountains anytime soon. But it does signify that the mountains in our lives, those seemingly insurmountable challenges, can be overcome. It could be a mountain of debt, a mountain of health concerns, or even a mountain of self-doubt. With faith, these can be moved. These can be conquered. Faith is our motivator, our beacon in the storm, our steadfast companion in the face of adversity. It gives us the strength to face our giants like David, to make sacrifices like Abraham, and to lead even when the odds are stacked against us like Moses. It's the divine spark that ignites our will to strive, to grow, to be better. In our daily lives, faith can be the driving force that helps us achieve our goals, big or small. It's not about blind belief, but about trust in the divine plan. About knowing that even when the road is rough, we are not alone, and that something good is waiting for us at the end of the journey. Remember, faith isn't a one-time event. It's a journey, a constant process of seeking, questioning, and growing. But one thing is for sure. With faith, nothing is impossible. It's the key to unlocking the power of God in our lives. In conclusion, faith is more than just a belief. It's a powerful force that has shaped countless lives and changed the course of history. We've journeyed through the stories of David, Abraham, and Moses, and seen firsthand how their faith in God enabled them to overcome insurmountable obstacles. Faith is about trust, trusting in God's plan even when the road ahead is uncertain. It's about courage, the courage to face giants like David, to leave familiar places like Abraham, and to lead a nation like Moses. It's about the strength to persist in the face of challenges, drawing upon a wellspring of faith that lies within us. Let's not forget the power of faith in our lives. It's not a passive acceptance, but an active commitment to trust in God. Remember, faith can move mountains. So trust in God and let your faith guide you through life. Before we wrap up, we'd like to remind you of something important. If this video has helped you in any way, maybe it can help someone you know. Therefore, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this video with others. Sharing is not just about spreading information. It's about spreading knowledge, hope, and faith. It's about helping others find the strength they need to overcome their own Goliaths, to leave their familiar places, and to lead in their own ways. Every time you share this video, you're potentially helping someone else discover the power of faith in their lives. You're helping them find the courage to trust in God's plan, just like David, Abraham, and Moses did. You're helping them understand that faith is not just about believing in something, but about actively trusting in God's plan for their lives. So let's keep the cycle of faith going. Share this video, share the stories, share the lessons, and let's help each other grow in faith. Thank you for watching. Remember, faith can move mountains. So keep believing, keep sharing, and keep growing.